It took me 2.5 years to save over $100,000 and buy my first two-flat property in Chicago for $240,000. And I want to show you exactly how I did it. Nothing crazy, no overnight success, just consistency. I'm in my two flat today here in Chicago. I'm in one of my units that I'm actively working to renovate. So let's first get the biggest question out of the way. How long did it take? So it took me 2.5 years. So from May 2023 to December 2025, starting in 23, I was making a six-figure salary. I was making $106,000 a year as a project manager, between $5,900 and $6,300 a month after taxes. The first thing I did when I started making real money was pay off my $6,000 in credit card debt, because I knew that if I didn't fix that, I'd never get ahead. And then I made one key decision that changed everything. I kept my total monthly expenses under $3,000. At that time, I had just moved into my apartment, which, I lived with a roommate for 2.5 years all throughout this process. And we were living in a garden unit. I was only paying $1,000 per month in rent. So I had bought a really small, economy car and only had a $200 a month note on it, which I'm really proud of. I bought something simple that wouldn't kill my pockets and allowed for me to continue to save. I was able to put away about $2,500 a month. I'm saying all that to say we had to make some sacrifices. So during that time, I did get laid off in May of 2024, and that delayed my ability to buy. But instead of letting that set me back completely, I stayed consistent with the plan. Instead of letting it get me down that I didn't have a job or income coming in, I made some things happen. I, upgraded my insurance, dusted off my car, and started lifting. That was my system. During this 3-month period while I was laid off, every dollar I made driving Lyft, I split into 3 buckets. 1/3 went to bills, 1/3 went to savings, and 1/3 went into investing. Simple, but powerful. So it was during the same period that I started investing in the stock market. After every single ride, I would cash out of the Lyft platform, split into those 3 buckets, and make sure that I was buying at least 1 or 2 shares of Lyft or some other stock. And over time, those investments started to grow. And after 3 months of being laid off, I eventually got another job and I was able to get back to saving. And so after 2.5 years of building and saving consistently, I built over $100,000 in savings. And here's exactly how that looked. I had about $78,000 in my brokerage account, $10,863 in my Roth IRA, $11,470 in my 401k, and about $4,100 in liquid cash savings. So that was a total of $104,173, which I'm very proud of. So, on to the purchase. I used about $25,000 of those dollars to buy my first property, a 2-flat in Chicago for $240,000. And to be real, a lot of what remained has already gone into renovations. So this isn't a perfect story. This is just the beginning. But here's what I want you to take away. It wasn't about making an insane amount of money. For me, it was about controlling my expenses, staying consistent, and having a plan. Some rapid takeaways. I lived below my means. I avoided lifestyle creep. I invested along the way, and I stayed disciplined over time. And if you can do those things, then you can put yourself in an amazing position to do the same. Take care, and thanks so much for watching. Make sure to comment and subscribe. Let me know what else you want to see me make videos about. Peace.